Hello and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. Quick video today just showcasing two little tricks that you can do with your space program in Oxygen Not Included. The first is going to be the solid fuel cargo shuttle. You don't need any liquid fuel to launch a rocket and bring back stuff with a cargo bay. Here I have a petroleum engine, but there's nothing in this liquid fuel tank and there's nothing in the solid oxidizer tank. Instead, this entire rocket is going to be powered by these three solid fuel thrusters. And this rocket right here is going to be capable of reaching this oily asteroid, the second tier of destinations. Basically, you need one more solid fuel thruster than distance, in a sense. So this first tier will take 2 solid fuel thrusters. The second tier will take 3 solid fuel thrusters. This third tier will take 4 solid fuel thrusters. And unfortunately, you can't just use that all the way up because of the way that weight restrictions work. So you're not able to make it to the interstellar ice asteroid with a cargo bay just using these solid fuel thrusters. But it's a decent way to either kind of reach out and try and get a little bit more research, or in the case here, send out some cargo bays and collect some materials. So let's go ahead and launch this rocket. I'll open up this right here. I've gone and cleared this way out. And we have our little rocket here. This is going to be able to bring us back some pretty nice stuff. This oily asteroid has a lot of really nice stuff on it. It kind of varies by map what asteroids you'll have access to. There are some that are sort of guaranteed. But you can start gathering really early space materials and gathering a lot of really interesting stuff like fuel by using this system. So let's go ahead and launch this rocket. Now, I'm using this strategy in conjunction with another strategy, and the two don't really go that well together. We see a lot of my wiring melting because of the high temperature here. But the other little trick that you can do with your space program in Oxygen Not Included is that you can build your rocket silos stacked one right on top of another. As long as you use bunker doors as the sort of flooring for one rocket, you can build multiple rockets in a row. Now this takes some planning and takes some coordination. Also probably takes some way of dealing with the heat if you're using rockets like these that are going to output something like 2200 degrees Celsius. But sometimes, particularly in the late game, you find it the case that real estate at the surface of the asteroid is in short supply, that maybe you have a big Gassy Moos ranch and you also have your space scanner array and you also have a lot of solar panels, and there just isn't as much room as you'd like for rockets. This is not usually the case, but sometimes if you're doing a lot of space-related stuff, you might find that you're short on space. And so one thing that you can do, either because it's a good idea or just because you like the challenge, is have rocket silos like these. And this allows you to stack a lot of rockets on top of one another. And again, as long as... did I change this correctly? There we go. As long as you're using these bunker doors as your flooring, these rockets are going to be able to find their way back. Now, of course, you want to coordinate things such that you don't have, people in here and stuff in here as you're going through here. So it is going to take a little bit of thought in terms of coordinating your landing and your takeoff type times. It's going to take probably some automation to make this system work really smoothly in the long run. But I can get to that in other videos. Let's just go ahead and show that the idea works. Go to my star map here and launch rocket. And this one with just 2 solid fuel thrusters will make it to the first target. And there you have it. Basically what we're hoping to do then is land that rocket that we just launched at a time where this rocket is not in here. And the way that I've set this up, because this first one is going to a further destination, that will be pretty easy to do. But you could just have them all be going to the same destination if there's a particular destination that's really good for you, just by staggering the times. And as long as you're refueling rockets quickly enough, you can make that system work. So you don't need fuel to go ahead and start bringing back stuff. You can have just solid fuel only. And a lot of people find that to be a pretty good deal because the solid fuel thrusters only take in 400 kilograms of oxylite and 400 kilograms of refined iron apiece. That's all that they use for fuel. And the cargo bay brings back 1,000 kilograms of material. So a lot of the times you'll find yourself with a good destination that you really like. One that has either some of these space materials that you really want, like niobium or something, Others that have things like solid methane, which are going to be really useful. I mean, 250 kilograms of methane is a lot of power for your base, right? That's 250 kilograms of what's going to become natural gas, right? This is a lot of decent cooling as well. So if you send off, to some sort of ice planet and got back a bunch of solid methane, if you sent out liquid cargo bays and brought back crude oil and petroleum, maybe that's a journey that's worth it for you, right? This is a really easy way early on to set up a lot of your early space industry and get a lot of your space materials. A really easy way to reach some of the further places for research, and a really easy way of bringing back materials that you like. And then later on in the game, usually when sort of space at the top of the asteroid might be in scarcer supply, you can start stacking rockets on top of one another and have a really nice coordinated system for launches and landings and coordinating with your space scanner and all this stuff. More of a challenge, the second one, than a useful idea, but I think that the sort of solid fuel only rockets do have some pretty good uses in the game, even if this one is more just for the novelty factor. So anyways, short video today, that's it. Just 2 little tricks that you can use in your space program, and that's it. I'll see you guys next time.